Welcome to another Reddit video, the series where you can submit your photos, videos, memes, questions, or anything related to the world of professional wrestling. So if you want your Reddit post featured in the next week's episode of the Reddit video, make sure that you submit them on the Santi's App Videos Reddit page. I'll put the link in the description for you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. All right, folks, let's see what garbage you sent in this week. The final boss, it's gonna be Bloodline Rules. Look at you now, Mama Rhodes. Look at you now. For those that don't speak internet wrestling community brain rot, all that means is that The Rock is back. When The Rock came back at the end of Bad Blood, it was awesome, it was hype, and he did absolutely nothing. He said nothing. All he did was go 1, 2, 3, and then a little cut of the throat. So it still begs a lot of questions like, why is The Rock back and who is The Rock back for? However, if you were paying attention to the WWE's YouTube channel, when they uploaded a clip of The Rock returning, they titled it The Rock Returns to Stare Down Roman Reigns. They've since changed it to The Rock Returns to Stare Down Everyone. So they kind of spoiled that The Rock is back for Roman Reigns. However, that's not really a huge spoiler. We kind of assume that at some point or another, likely WrestleMania 41, that we would get a confrontation, a feud between the final boss and the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. It's inevitable. I mean, the tickets at WrestleMania 41 are $50,000 for front row seats, and I would say that The Rock and Roman Reigns is probably one of those matches to try and help justify those ridiculous ticket prices. There's a lot of conspiracies out there. The Rock, when he came out, he goes 1, 2, 3. Really what that meant was 1, 2, 3, hit my music. But a lot of people are saying me, Cody, and Roman triple threat at WrestleMania, or you lost to Cody, you teamed up with Cody, and you attacked family with Cody. There's 3 strikes, Roman, or 1, 2, 3, I pinned you, Cody, I'm coming after you, Cody. So a lot of conspiracy theories out there, but I think it's just as simple as he's coming back to take out Roman Reigns, most likely. He's honestly probably the one that was masterminding everything to do with Solo's bloodline in the first place.
The Rock is feeling a lot of things about what he just witnessed. The final boss, you keep that camera rolling. The final boss is feeling a lot of things. And you know why? Because there's been a bunch of bullshit that's been going on in the past 6 months. Ain't that right? Yeah. Give me some. Yeah. Come on, man. Yes, sir. All right. You a fan of The Rock? I am. Hell yeah, you are. Rock is out. Nice watch. Thank you. If the final boss had a sister, he'd introduce you to her. And there's The Rock's hero, one of The Rock's heroes right there. Hard times. I love you. I hate your son. Look at you. Go eat some Fruity Pebbles.
Obviously, The Rock is the best at these backstage impromptu promos as he's walking by. This is really something that he himself kind of recently popularized, and we've seen the WWE, as we'll see later on, kind of take notes from The Rock and continue to develop storylines off of WWE TV, much like The Rock did here and much like The Rock did on his Instagram post leading to WrestleMania 40. The WWE is really leaning into blurring the lines between what you were supposed to see on TV and what you weren't supposed to see on social media.
Solo said part of the plan.
And there's one of those examples. Solo, knowing that WWE cameras aren't on him, but alongside Jacob Fatu, being within fans, knowing the fans are probably filming him, and probably saw that there was somebody right next to him filming, he just said that it's all part of the plan. These are all things that WWE wants you to not see, but are totally planned to create organic sharing amongst fans. It's honestly genius. Damn, KO. There it is. There it is. The heel turn that happened off of WWE TV. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like WWE pushing the boundaries on major storylines being developed when the cameras aren't on. And I'm going to say this again. I think it's absolutely genius that this was taboo. You weren't supposed to see this. Blurring the lines of reality and what's fiction and allowing fans themselves to share this and spread it like wildfire instead of having the WWE do it. Because when fans share it, it's organic. It's taboo. You're not supposed to have access to this. But had WWE been the ones that planned this and orchestrated this and produced this for you to see it the way that WWE produced it, then we would know, oh, this is part of storytelling. Obviously, I doubt that Kevin Owens beat up Cody Rhodes in real life outside of the stadium in Atlanta, but it's just such a genius way to change up how to do and how to develop and move the needle with storylines. Rate Bad Blood out of 10. Look, Bad Blood had some problems, but it was still at the end of the day a much better show compared to what we would have gotten back in the 2010s. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre was arguably my favorite match of the year. Bayley versus Nia Jax was goofy in all the right ways, and I came out entertained. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, very questionable decision and very questionable ending that led to that decision, but the match itself was pretty technically sound. Unfortunately, Raquel, the execution of her surprise during the match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez wasn't executed very well, but I thought that the match between Rhea and Liv was a lot of fun as well. Just again, the execution of the surprise unfortunately wasn't very good. And then the ending, the final tag team match with the reveal of Jimmy and The Rock. Ultimately, I think that this was a good PLE, but I don't think that it's this horrible mess of a PLE like some people thought. I don't think it's as bad as Money in the Bank, for example. So I feel like we have a recent example of something that's automatically already worse in my eyes than what Bad Blood was. I enjoyed Bad Blood for what it was, but I also won't defend it saying that it was a perfect show. It had quite a few flaws. So if I had to give it a rating, I'll give it a 6.5. Which trilogies were better? Okay, so we're talking about the Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins trilogy of 2022 or the CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre trilogy of 2024. Look, from overall, like bell to bell, match 1 all the way through to match 3, in terms of match quality, I gotta give it to the Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins feud. But in terms of storyline, I'm gonna give it to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I feel like the story that they told was just better and more glue my eyes to the screen than Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins was. Don't get me wrong. Both of these are damn near amazing, perfect trilogies. So I wouldn't really change anything from either one. I just like CM Punk versus Drew more. The Miracle on Burbotch Street. You were thinking it too. All right. I know you were thinking it too. You thought that he was going to slip off that ladder and that he was going to botch grabbing the titles. I was thinking it. You were thinking it. We were all thinking it. Even Tama Tonga was thinking it because he went out there and held the ladder for him so he wouldn't slip. But good on Tonga Loa for finishing the story, the Miracle on Burbotch Street, whatever it is that you want to call it. I think it's a good call to have him be the one to grab the titles as well, because he was never part of actually winning the titles in the first place. So this helps solidify him and cement his spot as an actual member of the tag team champions. This match was fire. I'm with you. This right now, as it stands, there's a lot of emotions at play right now because I just recently saw it. So I've got that, recency bias. But if you were to tell me to make my list of best matches of the year, this would be my number 1, because as a match, it didn't need any outside influence to make it special. I think that Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 as a match was also fantastic, but it needed those extra third-party influences to make it into this awesome, incredible, unforgettable moment. Meanwhile, this Hell in a Cell was in a vacuum. There was nothing else outside of that Hell in a Cell happening. It was just bell to bell, these two guys telling a story in the ring, and I think that pound for pound, it's my favorite match of the year so far. Triple H and Shawn got their hands on brain rot sayings.
Giat, Flex, Slay, and Bussin'. Sus, Drip, Low Key, On God.
Oh God.
Ratio. Skibbity-bee, Ohio. Sigma. Yep. And that is so cringe, brother. You are so washed. I'm not washed, you're washed. Anyway, get in the kitchen and cook. Brother, you ate.
Oh God, dude, this was a painful watch, but I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I lost it with Shawn there when he said Skibbity-bee, Ohio. What the fuck, bro? How do you know what that means? The amount of blood loss must be crazy. Drew McIntyre was legitimately bleeding, needing 16 stitches to close the wound. I'm not going to show you the picture of the actual stitches because it's pretty gnarly, but I was saying in my review that this was maybe the bloodiest WWE match that I've ever seen, and I feel like now we have the answer why. Like the gash that this man had on his head, on his scalp, was crazy. CM Punk was bleeding a lot, don't get me wrong, but Drew McIntyre was drenched. He was squirting buckets of blood during this match. I believe. Made sense. That dude go.
I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause you love them in London and Paris.
Editor, stop leaving errors in the goddamn motherfucking videos, okay? This is what happens. I get memed, all right? Next one is your ass, editor. My Hot Pockets. Don't fucking leave this in, editor. The brain rot got to me. I saw this and I can't get the final boss. It's gonna be Bloodline Rules out of my head. Bloodline Tattoo Studios. Again, I'm sorry for what I've done to this community and to your brain. Whatever, man. You guys were a lost cause in the first place. Why am I apologizing? I apologize for absolutely nothing. Send it.
Jesus.
Don't do it, Rock. Oh my God. That, folks, was a sneak peek of this week's Wrestling is Cool Match Club, available exclusively on patreon.com/SantiZap. This week, you're getting the entire men's 1997 Royal Rumble match. And we're doing every Rumble match every week until the 2025 Royal Rumble. You're getting Shane McMahon versus Kane in an ambulance match. A Lucha Underground triple threat match between Penta, Rey Fenix, and Drago. The WrestleMania 19 main event between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. Trish Stratus's first retirement match at Unforgiven 2006 against Lita, and Shinsuke Nakamura's famous NXT debut against Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver Dallas. You're getting all of this, plus the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, and the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days earlier than everyone else on the planet. So head on over to patreon.com/SantiZap. I will put the link at the top of the description or in the pinned comment. There is just so much content that we make over there that just simply can never see the light of day of YouTube. So just consider it. Again, patreon.com/SantiZap. Go check it out. Maybe you'll fall in love with it, but back to the video. Nobody asked for this. I thought we were getting the women's IC title. So did I. I really believe, and I'm going to keep saying it, that Crown Jewel was the perfect place for Saudi to really make some steps forward when it comes to their inclusion of women in sports and in professional wrestling by saying, we want to crown the new women's mid-card champion here at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. I know that there are better places for that championship to be awarded. It's probably not going to get the greatest reception in Saudi Arabia, but at the very least, it would have been them making steps forward at helping continue to grow women's wrestling within their country. And I would have at the very least understood and appreciated that. This, however, actually sets them back like years, all the way back to the late 2010s, because it makes Crown Jewel feel like a non-canon, unimportant, giant exhibition show, unfortunately. You're right. Absolutely nobody asked for this. Nobody wants this championship. Nobody cares about this championship. It's a one-off gimmick. It's even ugly. I don't even like the look of this championship, frankly. Again, this is something that nobody asked for. We really need the WWE to really start genuinely thinking hard about a women's mid-card championship. They already got it on NXT. I cannot fathom a world where they can't make it work on a main roster that's got 2 sets of women's rosters across Raw and SmackDown. You can have at least one women's mid-card title. You can make it work. After months, he has returned. Look, I love the return of Jimmy Uso, but when it happened, I was like, there's no way that this is the reason and the justification to not have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre be the main event of Bad Blood, which is what led me to believe that something bigger was going to happen after the show. That being said, I still think that this was the right place to bring back Jimmy Uso because it really brought the entire Bloodline saga right back to the forefront. Not that it wasn't already there, but it brought it to the forefront even more. Again, with the return of Jimmy and with the return of The Rock, really signaling to the world, we're back on this road to WrestleMania and this big story of the Bloodline is about to take over once again. And I have to commend WWE. I don't know how severe the injury was and how long he's been ready to come back, but there were like 4-5 separate occasions where it would have been justifiable for the WWE to bring back Jimmy Uso, and they continued to hold off to wait for the right moment to pull the trigger. And I gotta be honest, I think that they found the right time. I think that this was the right moment to bring back Jimmy. Look who I met today. Yeet. I always love when I get these, when people send me them meeting WWE superstars. I had to laugh at this one because like your entire setup, man. Rich kid hat, rich kid shirt that says rich kid, noun. A financially savvy, can't read the rest, that earns something and budgets and invests their money. So my dude, I get it, dude. Get the bag, earn the bag, and use that bag to go meet Jey Uso. Ahem, Santi, is this true? I'll read this out real quick. According to Fightful, YouTuber Santi Zap, who is known for his wrestling content, has reportedly been flown out to the WWE Performance Center for a tryout. He is rumored to be part of NXT if he is signed. This is great. I'm glad he's finally being recognized. No, it's not fucking true. Why would you think that this is true? I'm literally here. I've been here every single day making daily videos, and this for some reason is just getting shared all over the place. It's a stupid meme. It's not funny. It's uncreative. And no, I think I'm not getting a tryout with WWE. Do not let this guy get into the ring with my glorious Pookie Gunther ever. I think that there was a lot of fears in the hearts of wrestling fans over the last couple of days since Goldberg returned at Bad Blood, and him and Gunther had some choice words to say to one another, and the fact that Gunther had a world championship match a couple days later, and the fact that Saudi Arabia was coming up, which is usually a place that Goldberg wrestles in. And unfortunately, it looked like a perfect storm of Gunther losing his world heavyweight championship to go fight against Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, something that, just like the Saudi belt, absolutely nobody asked for. But that didn't end up happening, but I could absolutely still see a world where we get Goldberg, 1, in Saudi Arabia, and 2, against Gunther at some point. If I were booking this, if I wanted Goldberg on the Saudi Arabian show, I'd have him go up against Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig could sell the hell out of some spears and out of some jackhammers to make Goldberg look awesome. And then that could set up a one-off pay-per-view match against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at, I don't know, maybe Saturday night's main event or Survivor Series. Everybody gets a what? You get a BJ. You get a BJ. Everybody gets a BJ. Okay, at this point, you should know that this is the Santi Zap out of context page. You should know that there is context to this. Although granted, I'm going to be honest, that one didn't particularly sound very, very good. I was gambling in BJ as in blackjack, all right? Not as in the other thing. Dude caught Cody Rhodes fishing? What is this, like
what
seaweed
the
garbage?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Murph, is that Cody Rhodes? I called Cody Rhodes.
Oh man, the realization. Did you just catch Cody Rhodes? This is a gem. Thank you so much for sending this in. I hadn't seen this before. Almost had me there, Trips. Seeing Triple H in the ring with the silhouette of a title. Surely it's going to be the women's mid-card title. It's another useless Saudi title. Yeah, I think that this was the reaction of pretty much everyone watching Bad Blood and everyone in the arena, because there were boos and jeers throughout that entire segment. It was honestly kind of a pretty uncomfortable and cringe segment overall. Did John Cena say this? What is this? I mean, I saw like the thumbnail. It was like it's something about my nuts, right? During the Rock feud.
I'm gonna nut in your ass and come on your boobies.
Ah! Sorry about that. Let's just pretend that we didn't see that. Chris Jericho returns to the WWE for the first time in 6 years. All right. My God, man. The hate for Jericho online is actually crazy. Every week he comes out with a new banger. I found in her. Never stop. Never stop. What my Hot Pockets see in the microwave. I mean, it's kind of accurate. It was uncomfortably close. I will say that. Wearing the new Crown Jewel belt be like... Yeah, the thing is like comically goofy ass big. It just looks stupid. If Santi had a kid, but Dad, I don't like John Cena. Look, I get that I'm Latino and I was also beat with a belt, as seems to be most millennial Latinos and older that I know, but I'm going to break the trend, all right? I'll just force him to watch as many John Cena matches as possible as punishment. The OG Hawk Tua?
He remind me look like Hulk Hogan. Ah, tough. I'm not interested, that idiot.
Okay. Rip Sheiky Baby. Ron, what?
Dude.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anything old school
I
is me.
run Smash with my brothers for like hours. Dude, hours.
You guys are so dumb. Like this is comedy. This is comedy to you guys. I see no difference. The debut of Stephanie Vaquer alongside Julia and the debut of Finn Balor alongside Hideo Itami. It's true. Like, I feel like they played this beat for beat. I think it was awesome. The Japanese star who was outnumbered by two people in NXT that were forces when they come together, and they are saved by a former rival that they've had matches with in Japan to come out and make the save and tag team with them. It's an awesome formula. It worked with Finn. It's going to work with Stephanie Vaquer as well. Also, so cool to see like all of these debuts happening on NXT. It's such a great show. I'm telling you, you are doing yourself a disservice by not watching NXT in today's current day and age. Which costed Santi more. All right, so there was Jey Uso. I also mortgaged my house for this. And oh my God, yeah, dude, I also mortgaged my house on this. I really didn't think there was a world where Tony D'Angelo would beat Oba freaking Femi. Dude, in my Who Will Dethrone X-Champion videos, I've always said that Oba would never lose this, that he would probably just vacate it and move on to the main roster, or just vacate it and go after the NXT World Championship. But I never expected him to lose to a roll-up of all things. So yeah, this one, honestly, at the end of the day, as much as I didn't see this one coming, this one more so, I would say. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Reddit video. Again, if you want to be featured in next week's video, check out the Reddit page, link in the description. Santi's have videos, but that's it. I'm done. Get out of here.